Here we go. I'm going to use two of these today. These are furniture movers. Very, very available at any hardware store. These are very helpful in helping you with your mobility. Get your pole. So once you have those ready to go, any kind of a lower chair, whether it's a stool or whatever, I'm going to use it on there first. But I am going to get down on the floor today. So I'm just warning you to start moving things around so that you can actually get down into the floor. And some of you are going, well, no, I'm not going to do that. That's fine. But we're going to use our chair. And the very first thing that I'm going to do is what I just now did. Do you see what I did right here? If you get up and you're just moving slow and you're thinking, oh, I just can't seem to get on target. And you've already, first thing to do is get a drink of water make sure it has a little bit of really good mineralized salt. So I'm just telling you a suggestion. If there's some reason you're not supposed to do salt, that's one thing. But I'm not talking about a lot. I'm talking about a few granules. And then, do you see what I'm doing? I'm walking, but I'm walking backward. So, and I'm walking around things. And I'm walking barefooted, okay? And the whole time that I'm doing this, I'm breathing through my nose. Now I'm going to come back through my little pathway, and then I'm going to go this way. I have a pole in my hand. A really important thing in getting you going in the day is hydration. And sometimes we get up and we don't realize we've gone for how many hours you've been in bed without taking in any fluids at all. And we get dehydrated. It is a big deal. I've had several people in my class pass out. Some of you were there when that happened. And I can tell you that dehydration was a factor in all of those cases, okay? You see what I'm doing? I'm walking backward. Yes, I'm walking forward. And I'm lifting my rib cage, but I'm doing a little bit of a patterned walk. I'm going around these stools, and then I'm just taking a few steps backward. And you may say, well, what's the big deal with that? My muscles, they may be used a little differently, but what's the big deal with that? Because it hooks your brain up. Walking carefully backward will do that. And you don't have to do a ton. We've taken several passes in our room here. And I'm walking around an area. Make sure you're not going to hit anything. So we avoid walking backward for good reason. Because that's one of the biggest ways some people have fallen. Because they start walking backwards out wherever they're walking and they didn't check and they stepped over something. So I'm going to do one or two more. I have my pole in my hand. See how I'm turning and I'm just walking backward. Taking big breaths through the nose. Big breaths through the nose. Yes. And all you have to do is shut your mouth and you'll breathe through your nose. You have to. Okay. Then I'm going to step right into my arena right here and get going. And I'm going to do one of the most suggested moves that you can do to affect basically all your muscles in your body. But I'm going to do a modified version. I'm going to use my little pad, 2 inches high, on a normal kitchen height chair. Okay? I'm going to drop my shoulders. I'm going to see how things are feeling as I go down. I'm taking my time as I go down. If I need to, I will put my elbows on my knees or on my thighs. Sorry, on my thighs, just above my knees. And here I am. And then I'm going to come right into here. I'm not going to go fast. That's the thing. This is some of the first moves we're doing today. We walked backwards. But now we're going to call on the big muscles of the legs to work against our own body weight. Now, if you want to escalate this workout because you maybe haven't done your strength work for this week and you're going to put it all into this little time period that we're in, get a weight vest on. Grab a weight. Instead of a pole, have 2 weights in your hands. It can be 6, it can be 10, whatever, 12. I'm going to come down. I'm going to come up. When I come up, I'm going to squeeze the quarter. Drop my shoulders, soften up my knees, bring my bar all the way up to my forehead, and then stretch them out and come back down. And come back down. Take a breath through your nose. Up, up, up. Count of 2. Down, down, down to a count of 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold and down. Okay? So I'm doing the first set with 2 inches of a modification, 2 inches of height. And as many of you know, I wasn't even really allowed to do this that first month of recovery. Now I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to do 10. I think I have about 2 or 3 more. I'm coming down. So I'm trying to come up to 1, 2. And I don't have to, if you're taking big deep breaths and you're moving and you need to slow it down, that's fine. But try to do the first set where you have a modified height difference, and the height should be higher so that you warm up your joints. Okay? Then you add the bar. I call it the bar reach. It's right here. Okay? See the bar reach? Take a big deep breath. Drop your shoulders. Here we go. Bring it up. And then come back down. 1, 2, 3. And just hesitate. 4. So I can feel, even in that little bit of hesitation, this right here, as I come down, keep my chin tucked, and I hesitate for just a couple of seconds as I'm coming down, shining my taillights the whole bit. I can feel pressure, a little pressure. You're supposed to when you do a sit to stand, because you're using core, you're using leg muscles, you're using your feet, you're using your upper body. Then you bring that bar stretch as I'm bringing it up and down, and you have a formula to help every single joint. Now I'm going to add one more thing to the bar stretch. So I'm stretching my bar, my tummy's tight, my shoulders are down, and I'm going to just press into my toes a little. And I'm going to bring my heels up. So now I've added 2 components to this sit to stand. Okay? I'm going to do one more that way, and then I'm going to take this pad out. Some of you may have already done that. So it's going to be up, 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 reach, and now tighten your gluteals, soften your knees, and press into your toes and lift your heels just a little bit. Yes, I want you to feel a little off balance. Then you come down, 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 and you come down, okay? Now I'm going to take this out of there. Take a breath. Stay with me. You don't have to do this fast. But if you can see your way through this type of sit to stand, and you're adding little components as you're doing 2 sets of 20 or 2 sets of 10, which would make 20. and you're changing the height. That's the key here. So I'm right here, and at my first one, as I'm getting ready to come up here, if I came into your room right now and you were getting ready to do the heart, the more challenging, all the way down, you don't have a lifter, I would be focused here and on your back. Okay, so drop your shoulders. Don't let your knees cave. Come up, 1, 2, bar stretch. Tighten in on the gluteals and just slip into your toes. Just slip into your toes. And see, I'm bringing that bar back over my head as I go into I'm lifting my heels, and then I swoop down, and now I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, hold it, hold it, hold it, 4. And I'm down, okay? And I'm going to do that 10 times. We already did several, so we've got about 6 more. So we're going to come here, drop your shoulders, drop your chin, breath, and it's going to be up, up, up. And just remember, if you need some assistance as you're doing a sit to stand, I'm coming down, holding 1, 2, 3, hold it, 4, 4, down, breath. So right here is what I'm talking about. As you're coming up, and it all depends on where you're at. If you've got an affected joint that hurts, you may need to put your hands right here, right there, and that's fine. Drop your shoulders, take a breath. Here I come. I'm going to shine my tail lights, and I'm going to come up, and I'm going to come up, and I'm going to squeeze my gluteal, both of my gluteals. I'm going to bring that bar stretch up. I'm going to bring it back here over the head, and now I'm going to slip with my knees soft. I'm going to just bring my heels up a little, not a lot, but a little. Why is that important? Big breath, come down, hold 1, 2, 3, 4, and sit. And then come back. Take a breath, drop your shoulders. 1, 2. Here we go. Back over the head, right here. See, over the head. Soften up the knees, take a breath. Slip into the toe box. Lift your heels a little. Hold it a little. Take a breath. Here we go. Shine the tail lights. Come back down. Big, big breath. We've got about 4 more to go. Stay with me. It's very easy to look at things that they're posting online. Oh, do these things, do these things. It's quite a different thing to do them with the repetition and or the weight that you should be having. So stay with me. Here we go. So when I go to stand up, and as you're doing a set, many people will start out good, but then if they're just keep doing it and they don't think what they're doing, I see a lot of this happening with lifting up the chin. You put your neck at risk there, so you want to drop your chin. Breath, drop your shoulders. Get ready. I'm coming right in here. Don't let your knees go in. I'm going to come up. 1, 2. I'm going to bring that right back here. So even though I'm not straightening my arms here, if I have them bent and I'm moving this bar back so that it's coming back toward the head, I'm feeling that. Here we go. Back down, back down, back down. You're coming right here. Keep your chin tucked. And you're pressing. I forgot to do my toe presses. But anyway, I'm holding, holding, holding. Then you come right on down and right on down. Okay, let's do 3 more. Here we go. Breath. 1, 2. Here we go. All the way back. Squeeze the quarter. Slip into the toe box. Soften those knees. Bring the heels off the floor just a little. Then swing back down. 1, 2, 3. Hold it out here. 4 and down. Now I'm going to keep cautioning you that as you're getting up and you're coming down, it's very tempting to let those knees come in or go out too much. Okay, so let's do what I say, 3. Let's do 1 more. Here we go. Big breath, drop your shoulders, slip into the heels, and as you're coming up, you're coming right into here, and you're going to go into the toe box, and you're just going to lift your heels a little bit. Squeeze in that quarter, squeeze in the quarter. Squeeze in the quarter. Pull the whole bar back. Take a big breath. Come back down. 1, 2, 3. Hesitate right here. Keep your chin tucked. 4. And come back down. You should be getting warm if you stayed with me on that. Now, you could take this little furniture slide. I have 2 of them. Okay, it's good to get. Usually, you'll have to get packs of 4. Sometimes I see packs of 2, but you want a bigger one that's easy for you to put your foot on or your heel on. Okay, you can either sit here, put your heel, and slide to the front of your chair, and then all I want you to do is press that knee down. That's all I want you to do, and then bring it up. So the trick is, especially if you have knees replaced, hips replaced, etc., is look at your posture. You can go forward from your hip or back at your hip, but you can't round your back on this, okay? And if you have a weight vest on, good for you. That's great. But this is what we're trying to do. Make sure you go to the end of the chair so it doesn't bother your movement pattern. So what I'm going to do is just press this leg out until I feel a stretch and that toe's coming up. See that? And then I come back in. Sure, you could do this without this slide, but if you will just, when next time you're in a hardware store, look for, sometimes they're in like an oblong shape, and the bigger ones, and sometimes you can find these big round ones, okay? So you can do both of them. I'm not going to go at the same time. I'm going to go here, pull my toe up, and I'm leaning in or I'm leaning back, whichever you want to do, and bring it back. So I just want to press the knee straight. That's it. And pull that toe up. Now, that's not enough stretch. Sometimes, if you lift your leg up right here, and you just press that back and bring it up, you can get a good pull from your hamstring here. See, I'm just going to go like this and pull back. You can do the same thing on the floor. Try it at different angles. It's going to depend on your leg length. It's going to depend on how you're sitting. It's going to depend on the height of your stool. All of that, okay? But I'm telling you, this one right here where you're pulling it back, if you have a hard time getting in the floor, I'm telling you, this one right here, where you're pulling and you're pushing down on your heel, this is going to get your hamstrings to fire. So after you've done this pull back, and you can do it, see, if I do it like this, I can just pull my heel on the floor, because I know some of you maybe don't have one of these that you're ready to do this. They even sell these as, you know, fitness type tools. Well, you can just find one at the hardware store. This right here is a very important one because you're getting that hamstring back here to pull, okay? And you're seated, so you're not going to worry about falling, okay? If you had one of these sitting in the floor, anywhere where you're at, where you're sitting, where you're reading or watching TV, whatever, wherever you find yourself seated, get a good posture, and as you pull it back, whether it's on a higher stool, and maybe your stool isn't long enough to get you a good pull. If you have these slides, you don't need, you can do it right on the floor. See how I'm pulling back? And it will work your hamstring here. And when you have a knee replaced and you have hips replaced, very difficult to get these to fire enough to really work them, okay? So we're going to use these in just a minute again, but it's used as a stretch first, and then I use it by pulling on the heel as a hamstring contractor right there, okay? And you can do it without it, but it makes it really easy to do it with it. Okay, I'm going to put my little bar down. I'm going to bring my little stool over here. Okay. I'm going to come up, and here's the deal. As part of recovery on anything, after you've gotten clearance to start really moving with more pull, what is the biggest challenge that you have to move around all day? Your own body weight, right? And yes, we want to start adding to our weight load. But first of all, we've got to convince ourselves that we can get our own self down on the floor and we can move ourselves back up off the floor. So we're going to start with a chair, and I'm going to be right here. And if you can't do this, if you can't go all the way to the floor, go to where you can go and then come back up and sit down and finish everything that we're doing from the chair, okay? But if I'm here on my chair, I can either sit here or I can stand here. And I address the chair this way. And I hold here and I just let my leg go back until I go to my knee, okay? Once I've done that, then I can come here, press, I can get down in the floor, I can turn, pull, bring those knees in, turn over to the side, and come back. And come back. And see, you do not have to do this fast. And you can come up, you don't even have to do the roll if you don't want to. Okay? Then you come right here, and you tighten in your tummy, and you can either use both legs, like we get up before, or you can come right here to the chair, right here, press down on the chair, breath, and come back in. Then I'm going to face this way, and I'm going to go the other way. You may think, oh, this is silly. When are we going to really start exercising? And I'm telling you that if you just got warmed up with a few things, the sit to stand that I did this morning, and then you go through to this segment, and you get that body of yours down in the floor and back up, and you do it 10 times, I'm telling you, you're going to start moving so much better. So I'm going to turn this way. I'm going to go back, and I'm going to go back, and I'm going to crawl around in the floor just like this, and I'm going to drop down, not on this shoulder, but on this shoulder. I'm going to come down this way. I'm going to get all the way to the ground. Now, if this is it for you, you don't want to go down into the floor, fine. Stop here and then get up on your hands and knees. I am going to go ahead and roll and roll and roll and roll. Then I'm going to roll and come back up that same way. So I'm right here. You do not have to go fast. Then you bring that leg around. You come right here. And again, if you want to come up with both feet here, you can. The reason I'm not doing it that way is because that is a move that will make me use my core much more. And I'm trying to do just a little minimal use of the core. So that way I'm going to come right here and I'm going to press, press, and I'm going to press. I'm going to come up. Stay with me. If you have avoided to do this up until now, just try to do it with me, okay? We're going to get back down on the floor. I'm going to go on both ways, so stay with me. And if you have a weight vest on, man, does it bring this whole move into a category that's going to be, very valuable for you to do. So now I'm going to go this way. See? Right there. Use your chair all you need to. But I'm right here. Do you see what I'm doing with my feet? I'm doing this whole thing barefooted because it's making me flex my toes in a big way. Then I'm going to just bring that leg back. I'm going to be on my hands and knees. You can make your fist. I'm going to curl under. I'm going to sit and then curl, if that's easier. Then you come over. You can bring your knees up, or you can keep them in contact with the floor. Turn and come right to here. Okay? A big reason why I wanted to do this move, this challenge with you today, is because I have to work with my mom periodically when I go down there, but I have done this with clients who's recovering from things. And I'm doing it for my own self because I have to be able to get into the floor and get out of the floor by myself. Okay? With the use of a chair. But just those moves of rolling back and forth becomes a big deal. And if you've ever done carekeeping, you will know what a big deal that it is. There I am. Then I'm going to turn to the other way. And I'm going to come back down. Other leg. Back down. However you want to do it. If you get on all fours, I'm turning just so that you can see what I'm doing. And just spinning or turning on one knee and turning like this in the floor is a reset for your vestibular systems in your inner ear. Then I come down on my elbows, which simulates a modified downward dog type move. Then I'm going to go this way, and I'm going to go this way, and I'm going to roll to the side. I can bring my knees up or keep my feet down, and I'm going to roll. See, don't go fast, but just keep moving. Try to squirm around down on the floor. Get yourself a pad. Get yourself a little carpet that you can get yourself down on the floor and do some of these very, very, very functional moves. Then I'm going to come to my chair. Maybe you're getting tired. Put both hands on the chair. Take one leg up. Curl that toe under. Press and come up. Then curl the other one back. Press and go down. Okay? So I did about 4 or 5 each of the getting down and coming up. So right here, I'm going to lean in, press into my toe box, press and come up, push the heel down and back. So now I'm getting those very important heel calf stretches, the Achilles stretch. Take a big deep breath. I'm going to come up. I'm going to take my other leg back. I'm going to press that heel down, drop my shoulders. You should be feeling a stretch in the calf right now. And if you're barefooted, make sure your toes are straight forward. Big breath through your nose. Now bend the knee. Slide yourself down while you're holding on to that chair, okay? If you have knees replaced and hips replaced, I happen to know that this whole thing that I'm doing today becomes something that you avoid. And I'm here to tell you, you can't ignore it. This is a plane of motion. This is a whole set of functional moves that we've got to keep being able to do if we're going to be independent. So as I'm right here, if this is too far to come in to pull myself up, I'll come over here to the side. See, like this. I'll put this here. I'll put my toes underneath. I'll put my hand here, and press and come up and then turn and do the very same thing the other side. So I'm really stretching through that foot. Take a breath. I'm right here. I can put both hands here, one hand here, one hand here. Tighten my tummy, press, and come up. Okay? Now I'm going to do a modified one, and then I'm going to get in the floor again. But you don't have to. If you're like saying, oh my gosh, I don't think I can do that again. Fine. I'm doing some really important moves for you to keep doing. I'm doing them with you. So hang in there with me, okay? So I'm going to go right here. And why am I going to pick this one? Because this is, we usually call it, it's been called a bird dog. You want to keep your chin tucked, your tummy tight, your shoulders down. As you're holding yourself with one hand and you lift the opposite hand up, you want to squeeze this gluteal. Okay, so that gets your gluteal firing on that side. And the other thing that's working really hard right now and very effectively is your back extensors, the backs of your neck. You're going to hold it here. You don't have to do tons of repetition, but you either do repetitions or you hold. So keep your knee that you're balancing on soft. Tighten in your tummy. Bring that hand in, this hand in. Go to the elbows. Rest for a second. As you're in the drop down position, I'm going to go ahead and stretch my legs back as I drop my chest and head toward the chair. Then I'm going to release those knees, come right back here, take the other hand out over the chair, opposite leg goes back, tighten in your tummy, drop your shoulders, drop the elbow, or soften the elbow, I should say. And you're going to hold it here, and you're going to squeeze this gluteal. Yes, hold it there, squeeze. You can point flex, but you're holding. So this is not only beneficial for your shoulder, it's super beneficial for your back and your neck in strength work, and your back in strength work, but your hamstring and gluteal. Then you come back in, and you come back in, and you bring those elbows down, drop your shoulders, and come up and stretch those legs again. Drop your upper body down, and see you're holding onto the chair, so if you get a little dizzy, you can hang on to it, okay? Then I come back up, and I come back up, and I come back up. Now I'm ready to move on down into our heel raises. So, best way to do heel raises, yeah, if you can do it barefooted, yay. Make sure that you have your safety nets in order. What are they? Could be a pole. Could be a chair, the back of a chair hold. Could be a wall. Could be a counter. Wherever you're at, make sure you've got your safety nets in order. Okie dokie. So I'm going to come right here, and I'm stepping right here on my little balance pad. It's right here, okay? And if I am holding on to any safety nets, like a bar, like a chair, like a counter, I like this one because I can back off and touch the floor with my heels, okay? Now I'm going to soften my knees, drop my pole, tighten, and I'm going to go into my toe box. And I'm not going to go way up. Yeah, everybody thinks, oh, I got to go all. No, you don't have to go all the way up every time. Yeah, eventually you have to get up there. But I'm going to go tap, and I'm going to come right to where the heels are just lifted a little bit from where the top of the pad is. So touch the heels, soften your knees, drop your shoulders. When you're holding your safety nets, keep your shoulders down and don't grip it, okay? Drop your shoulders, here we go, into the toe box, lift, now squeeze the gluteal, and then go back down and touch the heel, and just a little bit raise past the surface of the pad that you're on. Take a breath. You're keeping your gluteals very tight, and if you're doing this with a weight vest, good on you. That's excellent. Tight tummy, drop your shoulders. Tight tummy, drop your shoulders. And we're doing it both together now. However, we are going to go do single leg presses or calf presses because many of us have problems with a knee, a hip, one side of your back, your foot. Maybe one leg is longer than the other. Okay. And you want to get to where you can work that one leg and make sure it's not relying on the other leg. Does that make sense? Okay, loosen your grip, drop your shoulders. Stay with me. This is perpetual motion right now. Drop your chin. Breath, 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 breath. Okay, come right on up. Squeeze. Now come right on up. Yeah, you're going to go for it now. Now you're coming up. All the way up. All the way up. All the way up. All the way up. Come back down. And now you're going to step off just for a second. You're going to roll into the balls of the feet. Give yourself a little break here. Okay? A little break. Just like that. Take breaths through your nose. Yes, just like that. Through your nose. Okay? Now we're going to do one-legged challenges or one calf at a time challenge because of everything I told you. We a lot of times don't realize we're relying so much on other moves to do a certain move. We do adaptations because of pain, because of structural differences. That happens with people with, like I said, one leg longer than the other, because that happens frequently with joints replaced. So I'm going to put one leg here. See that? And then I'm going to just bring one leg right here. I'm going to put my toe down, and I'm going to try to go into my toe box. Yeah, it's going to be very different, and it's going to get your attention. And you're going to go, oh, I didn't know I was so weak on that one leg. So, see, I'm barely tapping here. Sure, I could hang it up here, but sometimes when you're trying to get that one leg to fire, you need a little toe tap there, okay? And then come back down, and then come back up. Squeeze that calf, breath. Squeeze that calf, hold on. Breath, squeeze that calf. Try to get it up. Try to come up as high as you can. You don't have to go all the way up, but you're trying to get that calf on that one leg to fire, and it's different, isn't it? Okay, change. We just do a few. We don't have to make it to 10. Okay? Let the heel go down. Bring that leg forward, and you're going to come all the way up as far as you can, and you're just going to toe tap. See that? Toe tap. Breath. Here we go. All the way up. And come down. Here we go. Drop your shoulders. And up. And drop down. Breath. Here we go. Up. And drop down. And up. And back down. And up. Hold it up there. And back down. Don't worry if you think, oh my goodness, I couldn't get all the way up on that one leg. That's very normal. I just wanted to get your attention and to see why you need to do single leg presses like that. Is because it is imperative that we keep our feet and our calves really strong. And when you have hips replaced, knees replaced, you've had other, back issues, you have all kinds of things going on, what can we do? We can do these. We can do these with modifications or not. It's just a very important thing. Ruby's doing her howling again. Sorry about that. Okay. Shake out, shake out, shake out. I'm going to go ahead and lift up I'm going to do my little weight. Okay. I'm trying to be very careful. I'm still working at trying to stay within the guidelines between 5 and 8 pounds. This is 6. Okay. So I'm going to come right here, and I'm going to just take a step, just like that. And I'm going to roll the back toe, and I'm going to do one of the key moves that we need to always keep challenging ourselves to do. And I added 6 pounds to my body weight. If you have a weight vest, or if you want to pick up 10 pounds or 12 pounds, God bless you, do it. Okay? I'm going to take a step, because that's where I'm starting. And I'm going to bend the knee until this front knee goes out over the toe. That's what we're trying to do here, okay? Our toes are forward. If you need to, take a wider stance. If balance is an issue, I would rather you do the leg stance and don't hold on to a weight. Put the weight down and put your hand on a chair or whatever and do the leg work. Then we'll get to picking up a weight, but you could do it all with a weight vest on too. Okay, so again, here I am. Here's my little weight. I take a normal step until I'm that's the beginning of a lunge position. I'm going to go down, keeping my rib cage up. I'm not pushing my butt back, but I'm just dropping. I'm letting this weight pull me, and I'm going to go as far as I feel I can go until I feel that knee is going out over the toe. Shouldn't hurt your knee, but you should definitely feel it heating up right here, right here, right here, right here. Breath, 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 and I'm holding. I'm choosing to do holding right now. Breath, 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 and come back up and step back in, okay? And just hang on to weight. And again, you can have as big a weight as you want to, as long as you're doing it correctly, okay? So here I go. Drop your shoulders. Let me start here. I want the opposite leg to be back. So I'm going to do a normal step. See that? That's a normal step. See? Then I'm going to scoot my leg back a little. Start to bend the back knee. My rib cage is up. As I'm coming down, I'm going to let the weight pull me down. And I'm going to let that knee go out over my toe until I start feeling this right here above the knee burn, because those muscles are firing right there. Breath, 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 breath. Pull into it. Breath. Big breath through the nose. And then come back up. And then come back. And come back to that step. Okay? So, this is one, I introduced this last week, I think. I actually introduced it long ago, but I just came back to it. Because there's 2 ways to do squats. So here, this is a hip hinge. This really gets your back extensors and your hips into it, okay? This is the hip hinge. This is how you go to sit down to avoid knee problems. But as you're getting stronger, the second way is this squat. See this? You don't need to avoid this. See this? Yeah, don't let your knees come in, but you keep your rib cage up. You let the weight pull you down, but you don't push your butt back, okay? And you just go down as tolerated right here, because you have to super bend your ankles, and you get down there so that your knees track over the toes a little, okay? You keep your rib cage up, you just keep dropping, and you just hold. When you're feeling these right here, then that's where you just hang on to it, okay? Breath, 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 and then come back up. And you do all of this with a very extended back. You do not round your back. So don't avoid the 2, all right? And I, with good reason, emphasize the hip hinge. Shine your tail lights. But the other one is important too. So I'm going to take this weight here. I got my little band. Many of you have the bands, right? And now I'm going to do, I could do it from this. I could do this at a stair. If I'm at the end of my stairs, let's say, I've got this for my upper body because I want to engage. That's the reason I'm hanging on to this. Could I engage with just weights? Absolutely. So if you want to pick up weights and hang on to them, great. So I'm tightening in. I'm going to keep my wrist in neutral. This is for Marilyn. She likes to bend her wrist. Keep your wrist neutral, Marilyn. Okay, drop your shoulders. See how my wrists are neutral? And all I'm going to do is put my elbows right here at my hip bones. Okay? I'm on this little 2-inch high pad. I'm going to step down. And I'm going to step down with a thud. Did you hear that? Yeah, I can do that. I'm okay to do that. This is not going to hurt me at all. So I'm engaging up here, not by doing a lot of extra moves, just by holding this. Yeah, with my wrist not bending, tightening, dropping my shoulders, breathing. Soften the knees. You're going to step down with a thud. And if you have replaced joints, I know. You can do this with shoes. Soften. Act like you're at the end of the stairs. So you're going to hang on to your stair rail. Soften your knees. You're engaging your upper body. Drop your shoulders. And you're going to step down with a thud. See that? Step down with a thud. Why am I doing this? Because that right there, done between 10 and 20 times, pretty much every day, will start to give your bones, especially in your hips, better density. They've studied this to find out that stomps can start you down the road to having better bone density. But you have to be tight here, just all your good stance stuff. I'm engaging my upper body and I'm crouched. See that? I'm not doing this with my joints up here and I'm all locked out. No. Tighten your tummy, soften, hip hinge, tighten, pull, boom. See that? Boom. And you can hear it. Breath. Breath. Don't hold your breath. Tighten, pull. Tighten, pull. These are heel stomps. Breath. Like you're coming down off of a stair. And you're doing it with in a full foot. You're not coming down soft. Boom. But you're crouched. See? You're ready for it. And then just determine that you can do 10 of these in a day. You can do them several times in a day. Just this. Breath, boom. Breath, boom. Yeah, breath. 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 Yes, that's what you want to try to add, okay? Now, with your band, we're just going to do some pulls. We're going to just do some turning with our feet. Pull the shoulders down and just turn your whole body. And just come right down to the knee with your front hand and just pull back with the other hand. Pull back. This is starting the road to strengthening and functional moves. Take a breath. You don't have to go fast. Just don't hold your breath. Breath, 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 breath. Then I put my weights on my little band there. I find a chair, a counter, a wall. Maybe I have a weight vest on. And I come right into, I don't go all the way out maybe, and I just bend and come back. And I just bend and come back. And I just do a wall push-up. This is a chair push-up. I could be in the floor and do the push-up. Okay, if I want to be more modified, I'll go to the wall or a counter. And I'll come right here and I'll come into my wall. Take a breath, keep my chin tucked, and just press in, and maybe I hold it at the end. Maybe when I come right here, I just hold it. Breath, 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 and come back. You should be feeling it, especially through here, okay? Drop your shoulders, tighten. Maybe you have a weight vest on. You come into a wall, and you bring those elbows in, press and hold. Breath, breath, drop your shoulders, drop your shoulders, drop your shoulders, breath, 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 press back. Yeah. So, that's what I wanted to introduce today. Is I didn't say it on the get-go, but because that would scare people. But this kind of, it can start right here. See how I'm starting right here? And I just let my heels go down. That's a very normal kind of a move. Okay, just boom, just like that. But you keep tight, keep your shoulders down, and tighten your gluteals. Prepare yourself to do this kind of work. That is, what I'm introducing to you is an effort for people, especially with osteoporosis, etc., osteopenia, to help move out of that category. Somehow you've got to get an appreciable load on those bones, and stomping is one way to do it. Okay, and getting down on the floor and back up is a good way to keep your mobility. Yes, it is. So I hope you were able to pick up more weight today than me. But anyway, good to see you guys.